If you're looking to advance your career, build and scale an online business, make the internet your friend so you can earn more, grow faster, and stress a whole lot less, well, guess what? You're in the right place because it's another episode of Nez Nation Live. So make sure you come on back because I'm going to answer all your questions. It's a live AMA. Come on back. Hello, welcome everybody to another episode of Nez Nation Live. It is I, your personal branding coach, Professor Nez. Great to see you guys. Come on in on this wonderful Mother's Day special live stream. It's so good to see you guys. Make sure you're coming on in. Make sure you're hitting that like button, especially for all the wonderful mothers who are mompreneurs, entrepreneurs, doing their thing, taking care of their family, taking care of their work, taking care of their money, and just doing an amazing job. I just want to say happy Mother's Day to everybody. And if you're new joining us here today, this is a show where we go live every single week, and I answer your questions. You can ask me anything about, Nez, what are the best ways to advance your career? What are the best ways to earn a little extra money? How do I leverage this thing called the creator economy? And I'd love to hear from you, actually. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you watching this on the replay? Are you listening to this on the podcast? I would love to know where you're joining me from. Please send me a message. Come back to this video. You can email me at nez@professornez.com or just simply come back to this video on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Professor Nez, youtube.com/Professor Nez. I'd love to hear from you. And I want you to ask me your questions. I've been in this space for over 2 decades. I run 2 online businesses. I still teach business communications very low basis at some of the top business schools in Southern California, universities. And so I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. This is my forte, and I've helped a innumerable amount of clients to advance their career and grow their business, and I'm here to help you. So please let me know. There is a pinned questionnaire form in the comment. If you want to fill that out, please feel free to fill that out. I would really, really appreciate it. Brian's in the house. Let's do a roll call here. Mr. Camera Junkie Lewis. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I hope you're doing fantastic. James Maslin. Hey, great to see you. Great to see you on LinkedIn. George Fisher is in the house. Mompreneurs, you better believe it. Good to see you, Brian. What's up? Make sure as you're coming in that you're smashing that smash button. And please share this out because, you know, sharing is caring. And by the way, guys, I'm not going to be live as long as I was last week because last week we went live. It was a pretty ridiculous amount of time, but boy, was that fun. Give me a hashtag fun in the comments right now if you were there last week in our 10,000 subscriber cash giveaway. Holy macadamia nut. I know Lewis got a really great cash prize too, as a matter of fact. Seti won the grand prize, the $100 giveaway. That was a ton of fun, and it was just such a pleasure and such a joy to share this journey with you. And that's the whole point. When you come to a Nez Nation live stream, that is the whole point. We're here to, bring more humanness to this digitalness. What does that mean? So many people talk down about social media. So many people talk down about, and negatively, even Netflix comes out with all these documentaries about the ills or evils of social media, of online, and we're spending too much time on our phones, etc. Look, I think these are tools. These are amazing tools, just like anything else. You could say that about any piece of technology. You could say that about automobiles. We should all stop driving. Cars are evil. Look how many people are dying in accidents and drunken driving. You can't use the least common denominator for the entire populace. It just doesn't work that way. And so I'm here to say that not only is this where you need to be for your business and career, but this is a place where you can make unbelievable connections with real people. I've met some of the most amazing human beings. I can honestly say this without a shadow of hyperbole. I've met some of the most amazing human beings I've ever met in my entire life on this thing called the internet through just being more human. So when I say we're bringing more humanness to this digitalness, that's exactly what I mean. I mean that this is no different than offline. Your behavior online should not be any different. It's not an artifice. There is no artificial mask that you wear online. Your reputation leads to revenue. Your reputation needs to have impact before income. What our purpose here on this platform is, what I'm all about, is hopefully not teaching you, inspiring you to grow your impact and your income online. Because money's important. We know money's important, but you notice how impact comes first. You got to change people's lives. You got to make a difference. You got to contribute. You got to participate. You got to be an asset. And so I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, there is a questionnaire form in the pinned comment. Great to see you. Wow, look at this. Frank Gallo in the house, who's a client of mine. Great to see you, Frank. I love what you're doing with your channel, your cooking channel. Fantastic. Victoria Crosby, a client of mine. Great to see you. How are you, Victoria? Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers out there. And Mom, if you're watching, which you're probably not, but if you are, I love you to death. My wife is also one of the best mothers on the planet. Honey, if you're watching, I love you to death. I'm going to be doing this for we're going to do a short stream today. So if you want to get your questions answered, make sure you leave them in that questionnaire form. It's a very simple form. It's not a complicated form. It's just something simple, 1, 2, 3, so I can have everything organized here. Okay, so please leave that in the questionnaire there. I'd love to hear from you, and make sure that you share this out, because sharing is caring. Let's get as many people in here as we can. Let's help as many people as we can, and that's what it's all about. Hey, good to see you, Jurgen. Jurgen is in the house. Great to see you. Moms are superheroes. Yeah, it's funny. I love my dad to death. He's a fantastic grandfather, and he was a great provider when I was younger. But, to be honest, because I'm all about transparency here, we didn't, and he'll admit this too, we didn't really have the greatest camaraderie or, line of communication. Really, my grandmother, my mom, and my powerful aunts. I was raised by incredibly powerful women, so this day has a real significance for me. Nothing against all the amazing dads, all the amazing fathers, and my father included. But there's something special about this day for me, being that I had such a amazing tutelage and such an amazing support group when I was young. And, I married the most amazing woman on planet Earth. And so I'm very, very lucky. And this is for you guys. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you're being spoiled. I hope dudes out there, or dudettes, or whatever you're into, I hope you're spoiling your loved one. I hope you're spoiling your wife, your mom, because they deserve it. And so really, really excited to see you guys. Basilio Alonso family is in the house. Good to see you. How do I say your name? I'm really curious. Make sure you fill out that form in the pinned comment. I would really, really appreciate it if you have any questions. I'm not really doing channel audits. Oh, James, you know what? It should be in the comments on LinkedIn. If it's not, just go ahead and leave your question in the chat on LinkedIn, or just come on over to YouTube and make sure you hit subscribe, because I am bringing you the most brain-busting content every single week, helping you advance your career and grow and start a side hustle, maybe even an online business. So I would love for you to come over here on YouTube. You'll see the pinned comment. There's a little questionnaire form, and I would love for you to fill that out. Okay, so we got a question here. We got a question here from Frank Gallo. Frank, it's so exciting. Frank is a client of mine. I'm helping him with his channel. He's recently done an amazing pivot, and make sure you hit that like button, guys, please. We'd really, really appreciate it, especially here on YouTube. Frank asked a question. I'm going to pin this in the comment. So excited to see you guys, Nez Nation. So excited. I love it when you guys are here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this chat up on the screen. His question. Frank, thank you so much for your first question. I'm going to take your question. How many niche videos does it take for the algorithms to pick up a channel? Okay, So this is a really, really interesting question when it comes to YouTube. One thing I have to say right off the bat, because people get this confused all the time. People think that you have to optimize for algorithms. Algorithms are just a set of instructions. You're not optimizing for algorithms. Frank, I want you to listen to this. Don't optimize for algorithms, optimize for people. If you're approaching your content, which I want to talk a little bit about the creator economy. By the way, while I'm answering this question, I want your definition. Give me your definition. What is your definition of the creator economy? You guys, we're living in the greatest era of all time. You can create content with just this thing right here. You don't need fancy mics. You don't need fancy cameras. If you have one of these, which all of you guys do, you can actually make money with the simplest of technologies using your creativity on these amazing platforms. And so I want to get into the creator economy because this is literally, I'm going to be talking a lot more about this. And if you think you're a project manager or a director of sales, or maybe you're a computer engineer or a director of IT, and you don't see yourself in the creator economy, or you're not really quite sure what that means, it's probably more for you than it is for somebody who's a podcaster, a video creator, a YouTuber, or what have you. And so I'm telling you right now, this is the greatest era of all time. This is our chance. And I've got a video coming out on my channel, which I can't wait to release. It's coming out Tuesday, and the title of the video is, Are You Too Old for YouTube and all this stuff, social media? And I give you data, I give you definitive answers, and I can briefly talk about that too if you have questions about that. But this new video that's going to be published on my YouTube channel on Tuesday is going to knock your socks off, especially if you're post 35, post 40. Great to see you, Seti. Seti is in the house. Congratulations, Seti, on winning the $100 grand prize in our giveaway last week. Congratulations, Seti. Hey, Flash Fam is in the house. Good to see you, Dr. Ed Marvin. Happy Mother's Day to you, Dr. Ed Marvin. Good to see you. So Frank, don't optimize for algorithms. Let me go back to Frank's question. You can't optimize for algorithms. There's no such thing. You need to optimize for human beings. And so the more you do that, the more you cater your content to the people who are going to get the most out of this. Pay really, really close attention to, it's just like starting a business. You got to do market research before you even develop a product, before you even develop a service. Is there a market for it? Right? And of course there's a market for your cooking channel. Of course there's a market for cooking with Frank the Italiano Paesano, the real deal down-home Italian cuisine. I mean, you're the real deal, Frank. So there's definitely a market for this. I've consulted and worked with tons of cooking channels that are doing amazingly well, but it takes time. It takes time. So don't even worry about algorithms. Just keep trying to create the best content that you can, and always think about the end user first. The biggest mistake that creators make, the biggest mistake that personal brands, content creators, business owners, thought leaders, if you will, the biggest mistake that they make is they make it all about them. Nobody cares about you. I'm just going to be very, very, honest with you guys. Nobody cares about you. They care about when they click on your video, when they read your article, when they listen to your podcast, it's all about them. They're worried about themselves first. They want to know, what are they going to get out of it? Okay. And I'll give you a perfect example of this, Frank. I'll give you a perfect example of this. The biggest thing, Arthur Moorhead, good to see you. Gauging Gadgets, haven't seen you in a long time, Double G. Good to see you. James, stick around. I'm going to answer your question. Again, if you join us on YouTube, it should be on LinkedIn too. If you join us on YouTube, there is a questionnaire form in the pinned comment. Really quick. It's just name, and question. Really quick. It's not like a form. I don't want to think it's a form. But fill that out if you have any questions. And we're answering Frank's question about, Frank asked, what is, how many niche videos? Let me bring it up again. How many niche videos does it take for algorithms to pick up a channel? Optimize for humans, don't optimize for algorithms. The algorithm is governed by humans. The algorithm is governed by humans. And so there is no algorithm to optimize for. All you need to do is make sure that your content, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Make sure your content is all about them. Try to figure out, especially for you, Frank, try to figure out exactly what it is about the viewers that is going to really cater to them and allow them to get the most out of every drip, every second of value. I mean, don't waste a single second when you're creating your YouTube videos, especially in the cooking niche. If I were you, Frank, I'll give you something really tactical too. I would look at a lot of the food TikTok videos because, and I would definitely experiment with shorts on your channel as well, because I know those cooking shorts do really, really well. You know, start with the finished product, then go into the recipes fast, fast, fast. Those things will go like wildfire. I want you to look at food TikTok. Look at food TikTok videos and definitely follow that kind of, try to emulate something close to that with your traditional Italian cuisine. But again, don't worry about algorithms. Just try to make the best video possible for the viewer and you're going to win. I promise you're going to win. Seti says, also, if you want growth, sneeze once or twice on a stream. Where's Sweeney? Is Sweeney here? There he is. How you doing, Sweeney? Make sure you hit that like button, y'all, and make sure you share this out because y'all know sharing is caring. If you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach, content creator, that's me, business owner, and we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Happy Mother's Day. Make sure you subscribe and fill out that questionnaire form in the pinned comment because that is how you're going to get your questions answered. I'm here for you. So here's an example. Here's an example I want to give really quickly, and I'm going to get to the next question. The example that I use, Frank, is this, and this has changed. I mean, literally, I started 2020 with 3,000 subscribers, and I've been on YouTube for 5 years, 6 years, and I ended 2020 with almost 10,000. Now we're almost at 10.3 thousand subscribers. So we're talking a 160, 200% increase almost in, in subscribers in 1 year because I changed this major thing. Instead of starting my videos, the first 30 seconds are the most important. The first 10 seconds are the most important. Instead of starting my videos, and if you're doing this, please be honest. Give me a hashtag me in the chat if you're guilty of this. And don't feel bad because I was guilty of this forever. I used to start my videos with, hi, I'm Professor Nez. I'm this, I'm that. I've got this award. I've got this many reviews. I've got this. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Make it all about them. Get right into the juice. Get right into the meat and potatoes. Get right into the good stuff. And then you can talk about yourself after. If they've stuck around long enough, that means they're committed. But you got to understand, when somebody clicks on your video, when somebody checks out your content, they're there for themselves. They don't care about you, at least not yet. I know that maybe sounds a little cold, but is absolutely capital T true. And so I hope that helps, Frank. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about the algorithm. You're going to be on fire, I promise you. Yeah, this is really interesting because, I love this. I love this right here, Gauging Gadgets. I get best results when my videos are concise, easy to follow, and informative. That's exactly right. Conciseness is really, really key. I'm not saying long-form content can't work. Long-form content can definitely work on YouTube. But the thing is, you got to really hone those skills, and you got to really hone everything, you got to really, what you have to do is you've got to make sure that you understand exactly who the people are that are watching your content and make your videos as engaging as possible. You can do hour-long, 2-hour-long videos and podcasts or whatever. I was in a Clubhouse room very recently talking about this, long-form content, a video podcast. I mean, look at Joe Rogan before he went to Spotify. Excuse me. before he went to Spotify, his YouTube channel was in the top 5 most watched YouTube channel. And he had 4-hour, 5-hour sometimes, interviews with people on his YouTube channel, long interviews, video podcast. Can you do long form content? Absolutely. But I would say start where you can actually, I would start small. I would start short form. I would make my videos not longer than 10, 12, maybe 15 minutes max, and then work your way up. Get a taste of your audience. Get a real feel for who they are, and then you can move on. I just got a text from my mom. Sorry about that. Let's see here. It is Mother's Day, by the way. So if you do that, you're gonna be a-okay. Okay, so Arthur says, do YouTube ads work? Not for promoting your channel. No, I would say not, unless you really, really target it. But here's the thing. I believe if you do YouTube right, you don't need to promote it anywhere. Because again, if you hyper niche down and you focus and you look at your data and you modify and adjust, that is how YouTube is going to recognize your audience, and that's how your channel is going to grow. Seti says, I started watching some food-related content. What pulled me in was actionable tips and small tweaks. Also, it's very niche, cheese making and similar. Frank, I hope you heard that. Seti is an amazing creator. He's got a lot of great videos. He's been in this game for a long time. He's got a ton of subscribers. And so he's absolutely somebody you need to listen to. Brian says, how do you guys feel about the shorts now? Do you think they're actually working, or is it still a fad? I don't think it was ever a fad, but I do think that, shorts are no different than anything else. In other words, it's basically YouTube's reaction to TikTok, and it's like basically YouTube saying, "Hey, here's TikTok for you guys on our channel." I personally think that, well, the data doesn't lie. I mean, 3.5 billion views a day or something like that. I don't know, something crazy like 3.5 million. I don't know what it is. It's just nuts. The data doesn't lie. Shorts are working. People are watching shorts. They're getting millions and billions of views per day. But the thing is that, I think you need to make it very related to your channel, related to the theme of your channel. I think have a strategy for your shorts to draw people into your longer form content, which I actually saw a great example of a channel just doing a nice snippet of a short, a taste of their longer form video, and then a very strong call to action at the end of their short, saying, hey, if you want to see how this all happened, it was basically like a reveal type of channel. You got to go check out the long form video where we go in great depth and detail, because watch time is really important on YouTube. The more watch time you get, the more, basically, which means more people engaging and watching your videos for a long period of time, average view duration, average percentage viewed, the more YouTube's going to recommend your content. And recommendations is the best way to grow on YouTube. Everybody thinks that it's all about search. If you get into somebody's watch history, if you really, this is where I say go deep into your audience and go deep into topics that interest that audience, because if you have a video whose topic is trending or hot and you really, really dive deep into that demographic and psychographic, guess what? YouTube is going to look at that video and it's going to go, okay, wait a minute. So, this video is really talking about a very, very popular or very trending topic. Here's some other videos that are like that, and we're going to recommend them right after those videos. So you can get recommended to bigger channels if you tie into the audience and get into topics that are interesting for that specific audience. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you want me to clarify that. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Okay, I'm getting a ton of, let me see here. Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to get to your questions. Please let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Okay. There is a pinned comment in the questionnaire form. Make sure you leave your question in there. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome, Frank. Hey, Joanne. Good to see you, Joanne. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you're doing fantastic. Look at this. Charlie Dog has made it. Charlie Dog, where in the world have you been? Make sure you come in and smash that smash button. You know what time it is, Charlie Dog. We got Charlie Dog in the house. How you doing, Charlie? From Midnight Madness, good to see you. Annie, great to see you, my Clubhouse bestie. Good to see you. I know you just started your channel, Annie. I hope you're doing fantastic. Okay, Basilio. Did you get a lot of value from what I just said, Basilio? Because I know you left a question here. You just left your channel here. Basilio, did you understand what I just said? Because this is really the key. There is no trick. There is no gimmick. Know exactly who your audience is. Really, really make it all about them. And put your head down and create. Don't even worry about views or anything like that. Likes, subscribers, especially if you're just starting out. Don't even worry about any of that stuff for like the first, I would say, 6 months. Don't even worry about that. Maybe even 12 months. Don't worry about views or don't worry about this or that. Your data doesn't lie. If you want to figure out why people like your videos, I don't really understand this. I don't really understand this question, but I'd love to help you out. But here's the thing. If you want to know why people like your videos, go look at the data. Look at your click-through rate. Look at where, your real-time views are probably the best data. How many videos that are still getting a lot of views in the last 48 hours, in the last 60 minutes? What are those videos that are continually, consistently bringing in subscribers and views? And then study those videos. So make a list of those videos, especially if they're older videos. I've got a couple of videos that were back in 2017. They're still getting thousands of views every day, every 48 hours. And so study those videos. Study them. Try to figure out, okay, why do people like these? How can I create more content like that? Not exactly like that, but something that emulates that. If you're just, I'm just going to make a blanketed statement right now. If you're just starting out, okay, Three things you need to do. Number one, you need to have a clear brand message. You have to. Clarity is godliness. Okay, clarity in your messaging is more important than fancy websites, more important than fancy gear. You don't even need any of that stuff. Be clear on your message. When you come to my channel, you're going to learn how to increase your impact and income online. So I help you with your career, thought leadership. I also help you with your business and making money on this thing called the internet. Very clear. There's no real question. You go to Frank's channel, you're going to learn everything about Italian cuisine. If I come to your channel, Basilio, if I'm saying that right, what's in it for me? Can you define in one sentence, what is your value proposition? What is the value you propose to bring to your audience? That is really, really important. You need to work on that. That's everything right there. You get more clarity on that, and you just create more videos that cater to that demographic and that audience, and you're going to be in fuego. That's it. That's all you need to do. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Come on in. Come on in. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers, to all the wonderful mothers that are just crushing it and just doing amazing things. I just want to say a big happy Mother's Day to all of you guys. I hope you're being spoiled and pampered and supported by your family and loved ones because you deserve it. So happy Mother's Day to all of you wonderful mothers out there. Yeah, look at this comment from Seti. This is fantastic. Always put serving your audience first before selling, before trying to convert, before the CTA. Serve with value, give the content away, and the rest will follow. This is somebody who's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. This is somebody who gets millions of views a month, right, Seti? How many views you get a month, Seti? I'm sure you're getting millions of views a month. This is what's beautiful about coming to a Nez Nation live stream. You see, when you join the Nez Nation family, which if you're here right now, welcome. You're an honorary part of this family. You don't just get me, who's been in the online game for 2 decades, but you also get these amazing content creators, business owners, executives, professionals, podcasters, live streamers. I mean, you get the best family, the best internet family, the best online community, which we're going to take this offline. We're all going to meet. Nez Summit is going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to call it Nez Summit, but it will happen. And just in case you didn't know, if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Mark it on your calendars. Make sure you click subscribe and hit that bell notification for all notifications so you don't miss a thing. And also, here's another thing that I'm doing because it's so important. In the actual description of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you guys to do this. I want you to sign up for my newsletter. I want you to get on my email list. And actually, this is NezCon. Thank you, Lewis. NezCon. This is great. 1.2 million. Absolutely fantastic. That's amazing. That's amazing. 1.2 million a month. That's phenomenal, brother. Congratulations. You're crushing it, Seti. How many people know who CoffeeZilla is? Does anybody know who CoffeeZilla is? I think he's got almost 200, 300, maybe 400,000 subscribers, and he's got a really, really popular, a successful channel on YouTube. So he tweeted out that this was a couple of days ago, and I think everything's been resolved. He tweeted out that his channel had been deleted, just completely deleted. No warning, nothing. He just got an email saying, "We're sorry, but your channel has been deleted due to just one. Not even he didn't even get a warning. I mean, it just deleted." And so, this is a real wake up call. Okay. Could you imagine having 500,000 subscribers, earning maybe 5 figures a month just on AdSense alone, let alone sponsorships, affiliate marketing, memberships, selling products through your YouTube channel, which there's so many ways to skin that cat. There's so many ways to do this. And then just literally out of the blue, YouTube just saying, well, we've deleted your channel. Sorry, bye. All of that hard work gone, all of that revenue gone. What if you counted on that revenue? What if that was your sole revenue stream of income? Guys, this is a big wake-up call. Don't build on rented property. Don't build your empire on rented property. It's really important to diversify. It's really important to not put all your eggs in one basket. If you're feeling me, let me have a hashtag yeah in the comments. If you're feeling me, I want a hashtag yeah in the comments. Nothing would hurt me more. Nothing would kill me more is if you, all you wonderful Nez Nation family members, lost everything overnight and it was the reason that the channel was deleted. He didn't even get any. Usually you get like 3 warnings or 3 strikes. He got 1 community guideline warning, and that was it. They just deleted his channel. And he's since got it back, but could you imagine the hell, the panic, the anxiety that must have caused? I want you guys to get on my email list because this is something everybody online in the creator economy should be doing. You guys need to be building assets that you own. Diversify. You own your email list. God forbid, if something happens and I lose, okay, let's say I lose you guys. I lose let's say LinkedIn. I lose LinkedIn. I lose my, my YouTube channel, everything. Let's just say I lose all that stuff. I'm actually going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually leave it in the comments here. Could you imagine if that happened? Imagine if that happened. And then how am I going to ever get a hold of you guys? How are you guys going to know what happened to me? What if they all go under? What if they all go under? What if Twitter, Facebook, they all just eventually just one day they're just like, we're shutting down. You got to own your assets. You got to have some ways to contact and get a hold of and talk to it. It's so funny because, okay, I'm leaving this in the chat. I want everybody to look at the most recent comment that I posted. And I want you guys to get on that list. And I implore everybody here, don't just ask for subscribers. Don't just ask for likes and follows. Really give people an incentive, okay, to join your private, powerful, value-driven email list. So what I'm going to tell you is that a couple of things. By joining my email list, you'll always get access to me, and I'm going to give you the best content on planet Earth and not swarm you or not spam you, but make sure that you get the best information possible on how to grow your impact and income online, how to advance your career, how to make extra side hustle money, maybe even turn that into an online business, maybe leave the 9 to 5 that you can't stand or is not fulfilling you, making you feel like you have purpose, turning your passion into profits. Turning your passion into profits. Doesn't that sound good? Wouldn't it be great to just wake up, do what you love, do something that you'd probably do for free anyway, but get paid serious money for doing it, money that you can sustain yourself, an actual livable income? Imagine that. Well, that's what all my content is about. All my content revolves around that value proposition. And so I want you to join my email list because God forbid, we're all on rented property here. This is all rented property. YouTube, if you look at the example that I just gave you, could one day just say, you know what, Nez, we're done with you. Later, hasta la pasta. And then I lose all you guys. Facebook the same, LinkedIn the same, all these platforms. So join my email list. And I would highly recommend, if you're a creator, especially if you've got a really burgeoning, fantastic community on one or more platforms, find ways to leverage those platforms to get them onto your email list. I would say that should be your strongest call to action moving forward. Because what happened to CoffeeZilla can happen to all of us. And so it's something to really take heed of. Okay, we got another question. And by the way, if you have any questions, let me know if that form worked, by the way. Brian, I'm so happy you're here. Brian, let me know if you are still here. I'm going to answer your question right now. And by the way, guys, by getting on the questionnaire form, I'll get your email. And if it's okay with you, I'll put you on my email list when you ask questions. Okay, Annie has a great question too. Annie, fill out the form, please, if you don't mind. I'll come back to that. Thank you, Annie. So great to see you, by the way. Okay, so Brian, who actually filled out the pinned comment form, asks, if you start a channel and you have an idea for short on your channel, should you make a different channel or do it on the same channel? Okay, this is probably the number one question that everybody asks when it comes to YouTube Shorts. I love this. This is such a good question. Brian, let me know that you're still here. I'm pretty sure you are, but let me know that you're still here. I love this question because this question is perfect. I love this question. This is such a great question. If you start a channel and you have an idea for a short on your channel, so if I'm understanding you correctly, Brian, you're saying if you've already got a channel with regular content, long form, or not shorts type of content on your channel, and you have an idea for a short, so YouTube Shorts, should you post it on that channel, or should you start a different channel just for shorts? Is that your question, if I'm clear? It's a great question. I absolutely love this question. You should absolutely create shorts on your main channel, because as long as the shorts are relevant. I think if the shorts are relevant, and experiment with this too, because there's a lot of inconclusive data when it comes to YouTube Shorts. Nothing is definitive, and don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to be creative. My point is this. This is such a brand new feature, and it's an obvious take up on, it's an obvious copy of TikTok. And so, and it's proven a successful copy of TikTok. That, you know, when I say relevant content, like if you're doing a channel about cooking and you're doing long form content on cooking on your YouTube channel and you do some shorts, don't be afraid to experiment with that. It doesn't have to be necessarily what I was saying earlier, a sample of your long form content. It could be something that shows a different side of your personality, maybe behind the scenes, where you go to get your recipes, or, you know, just a day in the life. Don't be afraid to experiment with that. Make it fun, make it creative, and definitely, I would put it on your, I would definitely put it on your main channel. You don't need to start a separate shorts channel. Now, There are plenty of creators out there who have started separate shorts channel. I have a separate shorts channel, which is a complete failure. I'm just going to call it, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's a complete failure. I've got about 10 shorts on there. I'm thinking about even deleting the channel, or I'm just basically abandoning that YouTube Shorts channel, because literally I didn't get one video on the shorts shelf. And I started that YouTube Shorts channel 2 months ago. I've got about 15, 20 shorts on there, and they just didn't go anywhere. But funny enough, when I posted on my main channel, every short reached the short shelf. So literally, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not sure, but at the same time, I'm sure that you should be experimenting with shorts. Should you start a separate shorts channel? For me personally, it was unsuccessful. I know a lot of other creators, they're getting millions of subscribers just on their shorts channel. So I don't know what the deal is with shorts. And I don't think anybody can say definitively this is the strategy for YouTube Shorts. What I would say is don't overthink it. Use your creativity in that vertical form. Understand it's a different medium. It's almost a completely different type of audience consumer. And think about the viewer. Always think about the viewer. It's like, for example, when I say the first 30 seconds on your content on YouTube is the most important, the first 2 seconds on your short is the most important. It's still the same methodology. It's still the same practicum, because it's all about attention, and it's all about providing value, and it's all about them. It has nothing to do with you. So I don't think you need to start a separate shorts channel, but and let me know in the chat, especially if you're watching this on the replay or you're listening to this on the podcast. By the way, guys, how many of you like listening to podcasts? Thank you so much for that question, Brian. Give me a hashtag me if you like listening to podcasts, or if you do listen to podcasts. Did you guys know that we have a podcast? Did you guys know that it's the #1 personal branding podcast? Personal branding in our niche on Spotify and Apple? And that's the logo right there. That's the insignia. If you go to Apple and you type in Professor Nez, or type in Nez Nation Live Personal Branding in the search tool, you'll find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple. You guys need to subscribe. It's like having a free university in your eardrums. And so it's a free business, marketing, thought leadership university in your eardrums. So go subscribe to the podcast, and I would love it if you would leave us a 5-star review, because, I mean, of course it has to be 5 stars because we're the best, right? But definitely I would love it if you'd go subscribe to our podcast as well. Hey, Bryce, good to see you, man. Is that Bryce I see? Great to see you, brother. How in the world are you doing? Good to see you, Bryce. Doing life daily. Doing life daily today. Oh, doing life today. Sorry. I've been doing daily quick motivation shorts and hitting the short shelf regularly and picking up a few subs every time. Love it. Thank you for sharing that, Bryce. I really appreciate it. I absolutely love that answer. Now, are you doing that on your main channel, or are you doing that on a separate shorts channel? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. Let me know if you're doing that on a separate shorts channel, or you're doing this on your main channel. I absolutely love it. Annie says, I think vlogging style works better for me. I've tried talking head and it's a disaster. For shorts or just for regular form content? Okay, Bryce says, yes, my main channel. Yeah, so, I mean, again, for me personally, I started a separate shorts channel a few months ago, and it literally went nowhere. I mean, like nothing. Almost like less than 100 views across 15, 20 shorts. I mean, that's just really bad. So I think if it's relevant, if it's something that makes sense for your main channel, don't be afraid to post shorts on your main channel. But also, I know a lot of creators who have had successful separate shorts channel because they don't want to disrupt their regular audience's viewing experience. Thank you so much. That was a great question, by the way. That was a fantastic question. Really, a great question there. Thank you, Brian, for asking that. I really, really appreciate you. If you're just joining us, guys, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach, online business owner, content creator. I'm really a content creator at heart. I love creating content more than anything, and it has absolutely amplified my business, changed my life forever. We go live every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure that you hit subscribe and you mark your calendars, because we go live every single Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful, fabulous mothers out there. I hope you're being pampered. I hope you're being spoiled. And I hope you're getting the most out of this day, because we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys. Great to see you, Walter Wayburn, in the house. Hey, Lighthouse, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, Lighthouse. So we got another question here. If you have a question, don't forget, there is a questionnaire form in the pinned comment. It's just a short questionnaire form, but I'd love it if you'd fill that out. Annie, I want to get to your question too. Make sure you fill it out. I would really, really appreciate that if you don't mind. Okay, so we got a question from Arthur Moorhead. Good to see you, Arthur. Haven't seen you in a long time. It's great to see Arthur Moorhead in the house. Imad, great to see you. Imad, how are you doing? Fantastic to see you all the way from India. Make sure you smash that like button, and I would really, really appreciate it. It's so good to see you. Thank you for joining us. You're never late. Don't worry about it. We are going to do a short show today because it is Mother's Day, and also I do have a client meeting today on Mother's Day. You know, I work 24/8. Okay, this is a question from Arthur. Arthur Moorhead asks, I'm adding another business to my portfolio. Do I need to change my YT brand to reflect that, or just use my name as it is now? It depends on what the business is. Is the business something that is related to you, your personal brand? Or, is this a completely different project and a different type of business? I don't see, here's the thing. It's so funny. People ask this question all the time, personal brand or business brand. Like, my business is a part of my life. It is my life. You know what I mean? Like, my family and my business is everything to me. Family first. So if you're the business owner or you're in the business or what have you, Arthur Moorhead is fine. Just like Professor Nez is fine. Like, I don't do a channel called personal branding, right? I don't do a channel called, online business. I don't do that, or executive career coaching. I don't have it's me. That's my business. And so, that's, I don't think there's any separation from the two. So if you have a channel and the channel's name is your personal name, aren't you going to talk about things that are in your life and things that relate to you and things that you're doing and, things that you're sharing? And aren't you going to share things about your different business projects? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. I don't think you need to add Arthur Moorhead / whatever this new business name is. Just keep it as is and just create content and let your audience know what you're up to. They want to know. Your audience wants to know. If you build a thriving community, they're going to want to know. They're going to want to know what you're up to. So I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense, Arthur? I really, really appreciate that. Annie says, regular form. I tried a couple of test videos and vlogging. I was much more comfortable. Yeah, here's the thing. Comfort's a funny thing, especially when you're just starting out. Comfort takes time. And let me just save you the suspense. You're never going to be 100% comfortable. As a matter of fact, I don't want you to be 100% comfortable. If you're 100% comfortable, I think that leads to complacency. You know what they say, if your belly's full and you're not hungry, you're less likely to take action. You're less likely to experiment. You're less likely to stay on top of everything that's happening in your niche or whatever. The hungriest wolf is the wolf that survives. And so stay hungry, stay uncomfortable. Always try to get better, like even, I've been live streaming I have over 1,000 broadcasts. I've been live streaming since 2015, right? Early adopter of Periscope, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. I still get nervous before I hit that go live button. I'm still not 100% comfortable. I mean, what you see right here, I know it seems like I'm very, very comfortable. I mean, it didn't hurt that I'm also a professional speaker. I get paid, to go to conferences and go to corporations and speak and teach and share. But I get nervous before those too. That uncomfort, that nerve is a good thing. Why? It shows that you care. The day you stop caring is the day you get complacent. The day you get complacent, your audience is gone. They're going to see you don't care anymore. So what I would say to that is, don't be afraid to keep trying. Don't be afraid to keep trying the how-to, Annie, because if you you're just going to get more, you're going to get better and better, and you're going to get more comfortable. And how-to channels do really, really well on YouTube, especially if you have evergreen searchable content and you really niche down into your audience. It's a great way to grow. It's a great way to grow. Let's see. Do we have any other questions in the questionnaire form, guys? I told you we're going to go live for an hour. I can take a few more questions. Let's see. We have in the pinned comment, there is a questionnaire form, and you can leave your question in there. Okay. If you have any other questions, please leave them in that pinned comment. It's just a short form, just your name and your question, so I can have it all listed there. Leave your question in there, and I'll be happy to answer your question. If you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I'm your personal branding coach, content creator, business owner, helping you to grow your impact and income online. You can ask me any question you want. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time and 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's so awesome to see our lovely Nez Nation audience. I love seeing you guys here. We got so many great people here in the chat. Flash fam in the house. Josephine, how are you? Great to see you, Josephine. Long time no see. Josephine is in the house. Good to see you. Lewis says, do you know 4 out of 3 people struggle with math? 4 out of 3. I love that. I think I get that. I'm terrible at math. Trust me, math is not my gig at all. Yeah, I'm using yes, I am, Frank. Oh, wait a minute. We got Genesis renovation. Do you mind leaving that question in the questionnaire form, and I'll be happy to get to it. I like that question. I really like that question. That's a great question. Frank says, are you using a new camera? If so, which one? I'm using the Sony ZV-1. And I'm happy with this camera. It's a great camera. It's an easy to use camera because I'm not a technical person by any means. And so it's great. It's got great autofocus. Look at that autofocus. Boom, boom. I like the blurred background effect. I've been tweaking my background, tweaking my look just to give it a little bit more, tweaking my framing. I mean, everything. Just, that's kind of anybody who's a content creator can relate to this, that you're always tweaking. You're always tweaking. And so it's just the name of the game, being a content creator and being a business owner. You're always tweaking. So yeah, I'm still not 100% satisfied, but I'm happier than I was before. And, and if by the way, if you're interested, in the description, I mean, Genesis asked about affiliate marketing. Full disclosure, I get commissions on this, but in the description, you'll see a list of all the gear that I use and all the gear that I recommend for my live streams, my video content, in the description down below. If you click on that, Frank, or anybody who's interested, you'll see everything that I use for my setup, as well as all the things that I've used in the past and recommend, both inexpensive, medium range, low range, and high range. Make sure you go click on that link. It's a big capital letters, my video, live streaming, podcasting recommendations or gear. I can't remember what it says. But you'll see all of that in the description down below, Frank, and anybody who's interested. Yeah, Flash Fam is a great, Dr. Ed Marvin is a fantastic live streamer himself. And nerves are good. Nerves mean you still care. The day you stop caring is the day. Oh, I love this, Walter. I use this example all the time. Elvis was always uptight before a show. That is why he never got there until showtime. Yeah. I mean, this is the greatest entertainer of all time. You just mentioned my favorite entertainer of all time. Thank you so much, brother. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, let's see here. We do have another question. I love this, Arthur. Arthur asks, this is so meta right here. Arthur says, how did you set up this questionnaire form? I love it. Arthur, that's a great question. How are you able to set up this questionnaire form? Very meta, very meta. It's very simple. Just go to, I just used a Google Forms, Google Docs. No, not Google Docs. What did I use here? Yeah, it's in Google. So let me go to my, let me go see, was it Google Docs or Google? Yeah, it's Google Forms. So you go to Google Forms and you can customize it. You can, create a questionnaire form, and you can share the link and all these cool things. Very, very simple, very, very easy. Just Google, how to set up a Google form. Google how to set up a Google form, and it's very, very simple. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. Oh, I beg to differ. Treat me like a fool, treat me mean and cruel, but love me. Don't even talk to me about Elvis. Here's the thing about Elvis. Most people, they think of, thank you very much, People don't realize not only was this guy such an amazing entertainer, performer, singer, he was an amazing human being. He was an artist. And the one thing that I think people don't realize the most about Elvis, don't even get me cooking on Elvis, because I can talk about this all day. He had what nobody ever talks about. Nobody ever talks about this. Who's ready for this? Give me a hashtag, yeah. I'm going to give you the number one thing that nobody talks about when it comes to Elvis. Nobody ever talks about this. Forget his singing, forget his performing, forget his track record sales, forget the fact that he pretty much put rock and roll on the map. He created rock and roll. There is not a musician, band, artist today that you can't trace back to Elvis. And Elvis, obviously, he got from the country and blues artists before him. He was heavily inspired by a lot of the Delta blues players and country, Western performers. Nobody talks about this when it comes to Elvis. If you ever see him in an interview, or you watch a documentary, or you just anything, you listen to a live performance, nobody ever talks about this. He has, I think, one of the best senses of humor. He is one funny mother. He just is. He is super, super funny. I'll never forget Steve Martin, in Steve Martin's autobiography, who's another great comedian. Steve Martin once said that he couldn't believe that he was doing a live show early in his career in the 70s, and in came Priscilla and Elvis in the back. He was on stage, and he saw Elvis come in through the back, all the way in the back of the hall, and Priscilla. And he said Priscilla looked like a goddess. She looked like a princess, and Elvis came, and he continued his act, and he finished his act, and he went backstage, and Elvis walked up to him and said, "Son, you have an oblique sense of humor." And Steve Martin said, "Huh?" And he said, and then Elvis said, "But so do I." And so if you think about Steve Martin's absurd humor, he's living in the absurd. He was inspired by Razor's Edge by Somerset Maugham. Really one of the best books of all time, by the way. Somerset Maugham's Razor's Edge. Fantastic book. Nobody talks about this. He's the best, greatest performer, but he's also probably one of the funniest. And I think there's a connection there. One of the funniest. He has the best sense of humor. I mean, I will laugh hysterically at some of the stuff that he does. He doesn't take himself seriously. That's the point. Do you guys know that you could probably solve 99.99% of your problems? Problems with this dude right here, that dude inside your head that says you suck, which is really the epicenter of most of your problems. Problems with other people, problems with haters, problems with friends that have betrayed you, social media comments, whatever. You can solve 99.99% of your problems by just not taking yourself too seriously. How many people have been around somebody who's easily offended? Give me a hashtag yeah if you've been around somebody who's easily offended. I mean, literally, it's like walking around on eggshells when you try to talk to this individual. You just feel rigid and stiff trying to talk to this person, because anything you say will be taken as an offense. How many people? I want to see a hashtag me. I want to see a hashtag me in the chat. Elena, good to see you. Hi, Elena, all the way from the Philippines. Good to see you, Elena. I know it's really late over there. Very nice, Arthur. I love the way you said that. Self-inflicted doubt. Yeah. How many people have ever been around somebody who's easily offended? I know I have. What's it like being around that person? Describe for me. What's it like being around that person? What's it like being around a person who gets easily offended? offended at everything, the most innocuous, harmless remark. What's it like being around that person? Is it fun? Are you inspired? Do you feel like yourself? Do you feel like you can be yourself around that person? Do you feel free? Do you feel comfortable? What's it like being around that person? I want to know. Let me point out some of your comments. Flash says, yes, that's why I try to avoid people like that. Arthur says, me. Walter says, me. Oh, yes, every day. Ahmad says, me. Bryce says, draining. Oh, I love that. Flash Fam says, tense. I love that. Right. So, are you that person who, this is really an important way of looking at things. I know you watching right now and listening right now are not, but really do a self-audit, really do a self-awareness kind of introspection, because I'm telling you right now, the next time somebody offends you, the next time something gets to you, ask yourself, am I taking myself too seriously? The next time your ego gets wounded, ask yourself, am I taking myself too seriously? Elvis's greatest strength was that no matter how big he got, you can ask anybody who knew him well, ask his team, ask his family, ask anybody who knew him well. Elvis's biggest strength was that he didn't take himself too seriously. And a lot of the best artists are like that. A lot of the best artists, a lot of the best game changers, innovators, disruptors, whatever you want to call them, they were like that. They did not take themselves too seriously. Plus, there's nothing like being around somebody who doesn't take themselves too seriously. It's the greatest thing on earth. Those are the people that you just love to be around. Lewis says, I don't know. I didn't stay long. You can learn about people that way. He's one of my best friends. Yeah. Walter says that person was eaten up with hate. I think hate is what killed her. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's interesting. I really didn't expect the conversation to take a turn like that, but I love talking about this stuff because it's really, really important. Okay, Arthur, I think I answered your question. I hope I did at least. I'm going to go ahead and say if you have any other questions, leave them in that pinned questionnaire form, and I will definitely answer them first come, first serve next week. I want to say that I absolutely love and adore you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I think we had a question from somebody about affiliate marketing. Genesis Renovation, if you are still here, I would love it if you could fill out the questionnaire form, and I will get to this question first thing next week because we go live every single Sunday. Don't forget, guys, we go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where you get to ask me anything, a live Q&A with yours truly. Ask me anything about how to advance your career, start, grow, scale an online business, make the internet your friend, turn your passion into profits, and also just really change people's lives. And so if you have questions regarding that, I'm here for you. And so I'd love to see you every single Sunday. And just, having interesting conversations too. Sometimes these conversations, I didn't expect to be talking about my main man, Elvis, but we did. But you see how I turned that and related it to everything? Because what stops people, what causes toxicity in the workplace, what stops people from advancing their life, what stops people from doing the things they need to do, I can't tell you how many clients I've had where just one comment from one stranger they never met, never knew, didn't matter from a diddle-eyed Joe to a damned if I know, stopped them from being what they wanted to be. Maybe a toxic boss, even. A toxic relationship, even. Somebody said something randomly, even. Stop taking yourself too seriously. Learn to laugh at yourself. It is the ultimate medicine. I promise you. You don't need any other pill on planet Earth. If you stop taking yourself seriously, it's the best medicine. It is the ultimate healer. I promise you. And it's not something that's like, when I say stop taking yourself seriously, I don't mean, don't have ambitions and don't go for things, don't have goals, of course. But learn to laugh at yourself. It's okay to make fun of yourself. When comments come or people say things about you, you learn to take that in stride and not let it affect you so much. It's the most powerful thing. And do we talk about this in the universities? No. Do we talk about this in school? No. Do we talk about this in the workplace? No. Do we talk about this online? Not enough. Not enough. Stop taking yourself too seriously. I promise you, it is the ultimate medicine. Don't jinx it, Lewis. For the love of God, don't jinx it. I'm going to sneeze now right before I go. Don't jinx it. Yeah, I'm so bummed you missed that, Elena. I was actually hoping to see you there. Yeah, no problem. I totally understand, though. I totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you, Nez Nation, so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day. I hope you are able to spend some time with your family, loved ones. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. On behalf of the entire Nez Nation family, I am Professor Nez, bidding you a fantastic upcoming week. I can't wait to see you again. Make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Go in the description of the video. I got a ton of extra resources for you. I would love for you to join our email list. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. And I just can't wait to see you guys again. If you have questions, that pinned questionnaire form is still in there. If you're listening to this, watching this on the replay, go fill out that questionnaire form and I will answer your question. Any question you want about how to grow your impact and your income online. I love you guys. Be well, be good. Stop taking yourself so seriously. And I'll see you next week. Thank you, guys.